Preparing for a downturn, which is going to happen. The business cycles happen. We've had a very long run up, and I hope we're not going to talk ourselves into a recession, but clearly we won't continue with the sort of GDP growth that we've enjoyed over the last decade. You know, one of the things that I think about is, do you have an emergency fund for your business? Like I would encourage someone to have an emergency fund for themselves personally. Do you in fact have, for instance, 6 months of operating expenses? And in fact, you may not be able to have that amount of run rate, but I believe that's the sort of spirit in which you ought to attack that. The second thing I would talk about is, how dependent are you on too few resources? How dependent are you on a particular customer or customers, or on a particular employee? I think those things are very important, that you diversify and reduce your dependence on those. Third thing I would say is, are you in fact looking at a plan? What would you do if your business dropped 10% today? If you lost 25% of your business, what will you do? I think even going through that mental exercise and writing it down is important for you to prepare for those things if and when they are to occur. And finally, are you personally in a position where you are financially reducing your debt, reducing your dependence on outside funding? And if in fact you have debt and that can't be eliminated in the short term, do you have a fixed interest rate? Do you have a low interest rate? Those are the kinds of things that I think prudent organizational leaders do. You hope for the best, you plan for the worst, and the last thing you want to do is be surprised when that downturn occurs.